Today we're going to be talking about how to give yourself the best chance to go 10-0 in the Gauntlet this weekend. Now, in hindsight, you really only actually need 9 wins if you're really trying to go for the player. 10 wins doesn't really give you that much more than 9 wins, but you just like to say 10 wins because, 10-0 sounds better than 9-0. We're just going to go over a bunch of different things that either you need to keep in the back of your mind or you need to actually be doing in order to have a successful run. Now, this is stuff that this isn't just for the Gauntlet. Like, you can apply this to Seasons, Champs, any single game mode. This is just going to, kind of help you as a player overall. The first thing we're going to talk about is you need to win the turnover battle. In college football 25, turning the ball over in this game, against a good player, could easily lose you the game. Just throwing one pick could easily lose you a game. So if you're ever feeling unsure about a play or you drop back, you might be, maybe he's heating you up with a crazy blitz. And we're going to talk about later in this video how to block some certain blitzes that'll help you guys out. Just throw the ball away. Sometimes maybe you got to just eat a sack. It is what it is. Now, if you want to go to the extreme, some people will say, well, get on conservative when running the ball as well to not even worry about fumbling it. I'm not going to go to that extreme because I'm not going to lie. I only do that when it's really laid down stretch in the game because I'm a guy that runs the ball a lot, so I like to make plays in the open field. But if you don't care about that, then you could even go to the extreme of going on conservative the whole game so you don't have to worry about fumbling the ball. Next thing is you need to have some type of run game, a healthy amount of running the ball. Let's say, I like to say healthy because a lot of you guys probably don't like running the ball. Well, you're going to need to run the ball a little bit because, look, if you're going to drive back every single play, you're just going to put yourself in harm's way because at some point you're asking for something to happen. Maybe a fumble with you standing in the pocket. You're throwing the ball, you get hit as you throw it. It gets tipped, it gets picked off. Now, I'm not saying don't be scared to throw the ball, but you want to at least try to run the ball a little bit because it's going to help with your pass game too. There's a lot of really good running playbooks. Charlotte, that's the playbook that I run. It's a really good playbook. Michigan's really good. Those are probably the top two I'd honestly recommend you. The under center runs, those are some of the best runs in the game. Under center, anything out of like single back, I form, those are the best runs in the game in this Charlotte playbook. I love the stretch out of wing tight Z. It is just, it's so good. I mean, I'll run it a hefty amount throughout the game. It's a play that I can go to when I know, well, first of all, I open the game with it, and if it's like a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, I can feel pretty confident handing the ball off out of this, even if we're in goal line, 4th and goal at the 1. I mean, that's the call. So me personally, how I would do it, man, I feel as if you're getting 4 yards a clip running the ball, then don't stop handing that ball off. That's the way I would look at it. You got to make them stop that run before they even get to address what type of pass dots they're going to have to worry about. Tip number 3, and this is something that most people do not really do a good job of. They don't do a good job of this at all. Time management. So we're gonna give a quick little rundown of some time management. If you were up at least, I'd say 14-0 on the person you're going against, and you have the ball, you need to be chewing clock. You need to be chewing. And I'm talking about running this thing down to 1 second. You need to eliminate any chance of a comeback for the person you're going against, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen people let people come back in the game, because you know how this game is. It's very easy to score. Like, you could be down a couple touchdowns and it doesn't really mean a whole lot, because you could score really fast in this game, and it's not too hard to make comebacks. So if you're up 14-0, the clock needs to be getting chewed all the way down to 1 second. And be careful you don't take any false starts because you left chew clock on. Now you're trying to pass the ball, make your adjustments. So make sure you take it off chew clock when you got to throw the ball, and still manage the clock in that way. Another really good situation is, let's say it's the first half. You're up 7-0. You get a stop, and you know that you also get this ball at halftime. Chew the whole first half away. You'll get it right back at half. It's all about, if you could get at least one stop and have some points on the board and then just control the clock the whole game, I mean, you're going to be, because the biggest way to play defense in this game is just limit possessions. If you could just limit possessions to get at least one stop, you're going to be very, very successful. And a lot of people aren't really good at this because they just don't manage the clock very well. You have to. Time management is one of the most important things in this game. The goal is you want to just make sure if you have a lead and you were able to get some stops, you just want to limit the possessions that your opponent's getting, and just you don't even want to give him the opportunity to come back in this game. Tip number 4 is this one is really important. We're going to talk about some defense here. We're going to talk about a little bit of red zone defense. I'll give you guys a little quick adjustment stuff you can do down there. But before we get to that, is one of the biggest things you don't want to do in this game is you just don't want to give up the chunk plays. You want to look, if you're struggling on defense, the best thing that you can do is make the person you're going against have to work their way downfield. Don't let them just bomb you and just quick pass and take it a big gain downfield. You want to make sure you're limiting the big plays, and then what that's going to do is you're going to have to make the person you're going against have to score the ball in the red zone. Now, typically when people get in the red zone, they're going to try to run the ball, so you're going to have some type of run D. I can give you some little tips you can do against the run. So something I like to come at is 3-4 oversting pinch. It's a man coverage play. Especially if I know they're going to run it. If they're doing any type of run out of shotgun, I'm pretty much shooting the gap. So if it's any type of run like this out of shotgun, what I'll do is I'm going to use my other backer. I'm going to leave this backer on this blitz like this. I'll use this backer. I'll actually leave the line how it is, but I will slant them to the outside like this. And essentially, I'm going to shoot this gap, and boom, I'm going to blow it up right there. I don't even know if I picked a run play actually for the offense, but that's what I like to do against a lot of shotgun plays. And we also come out in the man just because they might try to run some type of gimmicky RPOs and all that stuff, so at least you'll have hat on hat, and they'll be able to take that away. Now, if they're trying to throw the ball down here, I can give you guys a little adjustment I like to do down here. So I'll come out in cover 4, and the reason why I come out in cover 4, because we're going to turn it into like a Tampa 2 style defense, but the reason why I come out in the cover 4 is because the alignment of the cover 4 is just better than the Tampa 2 for me out of my 3-4 over. That's just for me personally. I don't know why. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just kind of make the adjustments, and then I will pretty much explain them. It'll just be a little bit easier. So basically what I just did is I turned this cover 4 into like a Tampa 2. I put both of the outside corners on cloud flats. Now, depending on the depth we're at in the red zone, if we're at the 5-yard line, I'll put them on 5 yards, and et cetera like that. The hook curls, I usually always keep those on 5 yards. My other outside backer, I have him blitzed. The D-line have them slanted to the outside, and we're pretty much doing an all-out blitz. I also kind of have my user on the line a little bit like this, try to help with some disengages and stuff. What we're basically making the offense do is they're going to have to get the ball out fast because we're going to have pressure coming into them, and we pretty much have all of our zone drops playing pretty much almost at the white line, making them, they're going to have to get the ball out quick. Obviously, there is going to be openings in the zones. If they have like an in route that runs, in the back of this white line right here, if they could have a corner route, they could sneak right in the back of the pylon, but they're going to have to, make sure their route runs perfectly, doesn't get bumped. They're going to also have to make sure they can get the ball out because, like I said, it's going to be pressured. So it's a pretty good adjustment. It works for me a whole lot. And one more thing is with the cloud flats too. Some formations, let's say you're going against like a trips tight end, the cloud flat might not be aligned very good. He might be aligned like right up on the tight end, like right here like this. So what you want to do is you want to grab him. You're actually going to want to move him back a little bit like this. And you can actually do it with both of them. Just kind of move them back a little bit because then they'll kind of play that white line right at the end zone, and they'll kind of try to get back a little bit to the pylon, so it'll just be a little bit better. Tip number 5, and this is something another thing that I see a lot of people do, is you gotta stay calm. You can't sit there and start raging, going crazy when crazy stuff happens, because look, you're playing a football game. There's crazy things that are going to happen. Crazy things happen in football in real life. It's just how it is. Insane stuff's going to happen. A lot of times things aren't going to go your way, and you're going to have to fight through some crazy stuff. It's just what it is. Everyone's having to go through it. It's not like it's just you. It's happening to everybody. Not every single game you play, everything is going to go the way you want to. It's just not how it is. So you got to stay calm, stay focused. You can't start complaining, blaming the game every single time, because with a mindset like that, you're never going to get better, and 2, you're not going to win too many games doing that. So you got to just stay locked in, play your brand, and just don't make excuses. For our next thing, going back to the offensive side of the ball, you need to have some type of go-to play on offense, a go-to run play or a go-to pass play. In a situation where it's a must-have, you need it. But I kind of already talked about it earlier with the run play. For me, it's at a single back wing tight Z, the halfback stretch is, if I have a run play I have to pick, I'm going to that one. That's my go-to one. Now, my go-to pass play personally, I'm going to go over the gun doubles offset weak side, and I'm going to pick the play to the left. Sail, for me, it's my go-to play. When I say a go-to play, it's it's a must-have situation. This is your best play, and this is all you got. If it's the last play of the game, you need it. Now, I'm not going to say I sit here and run this play stock like this, because I don't. I do make adjustments out of it, but whatever you have, whatever your play is, maybe it's something at a trips tight end, maybe it's something at a bunch. Must have it like bunch. I know, bench pivot or something like that. That's a great go-to play when it, comes down to it for the bread, or just something like that. We're almost at the end here. I really only got a couple more things to talk about. This one's a really big one. I think I kind of also mentioned it earlier in the video. You need to have a plan for the blitz as you go through the gauntlet, or as you go through anything. Seasons champs, someone's going to have a blitz, and it's going to be really annoying, and you're going to have to deal with it. Now, thankfully, everybody's kind of running the same blitz right now, and it's not really the best blitz. I think it's at $1. It's that cover 3 blitz where the linebacker blitzes up the middle and he tries to come in free through the A gap. Thankfully, it's not that good, and it's very, very easy to block. So I'll show you guys the protection, how to pick that up. So how it'll work is basically, though, there's only going to be 3 linemen, and the linebacker on the left, which would be number 4, he's going to try to blitz right through the middle, and he's going to come in free, basically. Sometimes they might try to do a different backer with it, but whoever the guy's coming in free is, you want to just block him. Usually how I do it is, I'll usually just block my running back and ID him. That's kind of, what the hell? I've never seen an animation where Reggie Bush just ran up like that. That was really weird. Usually I'll just ID the running back and block the guy coming in free, which would be number 4. If you're finding that he's still coming through, then what you could do is you can half slide your line to the left, and then you'll pretty much also block your running back, ID him, and that'll pretty much pick it up. That's pretty much it. It's not really that hard. It's really not the best blitz, and a lot of people are running it. I'm sure somebody probably dropped a video or ebook or whatever the case may be, but it's not too hard to play against. Now, the other most famous blitz you're probably going to go against is out of mid blitz, where the double mug, where they got everybody mugged up on the line. That one is, mid blitz, we all know, has been nerfed into the ground. Really, all you need to do, what I like to do is I like to come out in a package that has some type of tight end on the line, typically a tight end on the right side of the line, and I'll just literally block the tight end. That's pretty much it. Now, if you're finding that someone is still coming in free, it's either going to be straight up through the A gap, one of the interior line, which will probably be somebody rushing over the right guard, or maybe one of the ends is somehow getting over the left tackle, which shouldn't happen if you're blocking the tight end. What you'll just do is you'll just block your running back, and you'll just have him pick up whoever the free blitzer is. If it's the guy coming over the left tackle, you'll block him. If it's the other guy, which is probably going to be over the right guard, you'll just ID him and have the running back pick him up. So another really easy blitz to pick up. They're not really too hard to pick up. This right here is going to be our very last thing. I tried to switch the practice type to special teams, but I don't know what they did, but apparently they broke practice mode on Ultimate Team, because it literally does not work. Like, I've had to close the app 3 times already this video, because I just can't switch stuff. It's just really weird. They broke it. Good job, EA. But our very last thing we're going to talk about is, do not be scared to kick your field goals. Look, I've kicked field goals on 4th and goal at the 1. Now, is there a time and a place? You got to know when there's a time and a place, when you need to be going for it, and when you need to be taking your 3. And really, it's pretty simple. If you know you're playing good defense and the guy is not doing a good job scoring points on you, you take your 3. You take 3, and you reward the defense. Now, if you know you cannot stop this guy and it is a shootout and it's just, going back and forth, then you're going to have to, go for it in those situations. So you really just got to read the room and, know when to take your 3 and, when to go for it, but never be scared to take your 3. At the end of the day, that's just what it is. I've lost a ton of games because I did decide to take my 3, and I've won a ton of games because I decided to kick field goals. I've won games only kicking field goals, put it like that. That's pretty much all the info that I got for you guys, man. Hopefully this stuff can help you guys in your Gauntlet run. And like I said, you can apply this to anything. Seasons, champs, maybe if you just play regs, any type of online game mode, you can apply this pretty much to. Hell, you could damn near even apply this to Dynasty, for being completely honest with you. This is just a a lot of it was just stuff to kind of put in your head to think about, but some of it, obviously, this is stuff that can help you on the field. If you guys do have any questions, you can comment down below. I'll try to get back to you guys if there's anything that I left off here that I probably could have put on here. If you guys did enjoy this video, man, drop a like, and if you're not subbed to the channel, man, sub to the channel. Lots of more college football 25 content on the way. I'm going to be getting ready to do my Gauntlet run soon here, so if you guys actually want to tap in with that, the link to the Twitch is going to be down in the description. You guys can drop a follow and watch me do my Gauntlet run.